Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the Lewis Hamilton Career Mode on F1 24. This is going to be round 14 for the Belgian Grand Prix, of course, around the new updated track layout. Now guys, before we jump into that, the previous episode will be linked in the top right, the Hungarian Grand Prix. Spoiler warning ahead as always, go watch it. Anyway, from the last race, we picked up a very strong result, another race win in Hamilton territory, and we level up on focus and also gain a decent bit of driver rating overall. So a really good weekend for us. Our recognition is unchanged compared to George Russell, and then we look at our specialist and we actually are very close to level 3 on manufacturing. We level up on power unit and we recently leveled up on strategy, analyst and material fabrication planner. So we're really starting to level up now and get those specialist perks as we jump into upgrades. Now, there's a few options on the table. George currently looking at some chassis updates. His recent upgrade of the ERS cooling has failed, so we are going to repurchase that, but that won't be on the car until the next race in Zandvoort. And there was one more available for the intercooler, for the engine power, which was actually pretty heavily discounted. I had a look at the durability, and overall I decided to actually go back to the engine and get the intercooler because we'll do durability at a later stage. I want to get these power upgrades on before Monza. So with that done, we are locked in, ready to go, and we have one more thing to do, and that is going to be our specialist. Now, I mentioned before we're leveling up really nicely right now. So for this one, we're going to do the wind tunnel engineer, then move on to power unit consultant, and we're going to choose in this specific one, achieve 4 purple sectors during a weekend, which should be hopefully pretty achievable. Then the next one is going to be quality assurance tester, and this one is going to be complete a session without using a flashback. And then finally, the last one is going to be the strategy analyst, and we're going to go for complete a driven lap in 3 different sessions because that should be easy. Practice, qualifying, and race. Simple as that. So hopefully we'll hit those goals and we'll have a successful weekend. Now, we returned a few days later from that to see that the gearbox had failed. It was an upgrade we recently made, and yeah, we're going to have to repurchase that gearbox. Now, we can't afford it right now, so we'll have to purchase it after this episode. So yeah, not ideal because we lost our gearbox in Silverstone, if you remember, a couple of episodes ago, and that did mean that, you know, we're running a bit fine on the allocation. We also had 2 failures in this weekend, 1 confirmed upgrade for engine power. So this, you can see, that means in the chart we are still second, McLaren's still first, and pretty much everybody bringing upgrades in Formula A, whereas in Formula B everyone is pretty much staying standstill. So that's kind of how things are going. In the championship, Verstappen still leads, but we are 6 points behind. In the constructors, we're about 50 points away, so work to be done. Either way, it's looking pretty decent, and both titles still very much up for grabs. So into practice we go around this new updated, of course, Spa track layout, and I've got to say, it's so much fun to drive, honestly. Even with the questionable handling, I actually feel like the handling model somewhat suits this track. Yeah, it really works. It really works, and I could drive this all day. I could do 100 laps and not get bored. We finished the race program. You can see here we're up by multiple seconds.
Program complete and a job well done. We got some excellent data with that run, so come on back to the garage and I can take you through the numbers.
Now, during those programs, I actually tried to not use DRS to get a really accurate reading on fuel burn and tyre consumption, and we had really good stats in both. Our pace was also getting better each lap, so real good progression there, and tyre wear just looked really healthy. So a great practice session. The car was super quick. What can I say? That literally confirms it. P3 on mediums. Anyway, once again, we pick up maximum points, 390 for practice across all 3 sessions, and of course a bunch of discounts will also go a long way on the upgrades to helping us out, and we do gain a little bit of driver experience. So yeah guys, updates done, practice done, everything good to go, but it's now time for qualifying at the new Spa circuit.
Welcome to the behemoth that they value so highly. This is Spa. It's high speed. It is really challenging. We have elevation, we have dramatic corners, and we have one driver in a few moments' time who will take pole position.
Here we go then. Time for qualifying, starting off with Q1. Soft tyres on our car as Charles Leclerc sets the benchmark a 1:42.498. First sector from us, 30.8, and we're looking to hopefully improve. A bit of a snap there through the chicane as we just nick the inside curb a little bit too much. Second sector, apparently purple on the track map, 1:14.1 on the split in the sector there, so we'll see what the lap is as we aggressively take a lot of curb at the bus stop chicane. Up to the line we go, and we're going to set a 1:42.2 and go 2 tenths quicker than Leclerc, setting the benchmark in Q1. So great pace, car working beautifully. We own the second and third best sectors. Leclerc has the edge in the first one, so that kind of hints at possibly us running a bit more wing. So with that in mind, we'll try to, use those advantages in the race. Either way, your final result, you can see P1 for us, P8 for Russell, and yeah, no real big improvements in those final runs. We save a set of tyres and we move into Q2. Speaking of which, fresh set of soft compound tyres. Now last time we was a 1:14.1 through this split, about 3 tenths quicker here and really ramping it up. Purple again on the mini map, so highlighting that we do have some serious pace. A bit of clouds forming, but no rain forecast, so we're not going to panic with that. Again, not using overtake, only hot lap mode throughout this qualifying session. Into the bus stop, using all the curb. Verstappen a 42.0, best lap of the weekend so far we've seen, as we now open DRS. Up to the line we go, and we do a 1:41.8, and again 2 tenths quicker than the next car. So we really do have the pace, because whatever they throw at us, we respond and go quicker. These are the final results in Q2. You can see again P1 for us, P7 for George, and as always the top 5 teams filling out the top 10 spots as the usual suspects get into Q3. So job done for qualifying. We're now going to move into Q3. Alonso sets a 1:41.9 as an early benchmark. We're getting ready here for our first time lap, trying to get some tyre temperature by aggressively scrubbing, as Norris now goes P1. Leclerc there goes through and makes the bus stop to close out his lap. We're going to go for a full lap here, and we're going to see if it's any good. If not, we'll go again after. Wow, what a lap, a 1:41.0. We drop the hammer on everyone in Q3, and I don't think we have to go out again. That is a perfect lap. We got a lovely slipstream on the Kemmel straight, and it just made a difference. And you can see we was quickest by an absolute whopping margin of 8 tenths pretty much. Honestly, the car was sublime. It felt brilliant to drive. This track is just insane again now with the new, rescanning, and that was one of the laps of the season. So a brilliant qualifying, on pole yet again, and we increase our pace stats. So guys, job done for qualifying. Let's get into the race.
The Belgian Grand Prix, a race the great Ayrton Senna won 6 times, and in 2019, Charles Leclerc became the first driver to take their maiden win here since a certain Michael Schumacher in 1992. One of the circuits that makes Formula One, Formula One. Welcome to the Belgian Grand Prix. 19 corners, 4.3 miles or 7 kilometers. There's over 100 meters of elevation change here with long stretches of the lap spent flat out. Look out for the bus stop chicane. The final challenge before the temporary relief of the start-finish straight. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, and it's Charles Leclerc in P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Norris, Verstappen, Sainz, Fernando Alonso, Oscar Piastri, Perez, Stroll, Albon, Joe, Ricciardo, Ocon, Magnussen, Sargent, Gasly, Hulkenberg, Tsunoda, Bottas, and George Russell ends our grid lineup. And now it's time to head down to the track. And we welcome you to the commentary box overlooking the circuit. I'm Alex Jakes, and I'm joined by Anthony Davidson. Now, those final hours before a race, did you have a routine?
Well, for them, you've got your pre-race rituals that you go through. You see different drivers that, some have got their headphones on, they're listening to the music. Some drivers really absorb the energy from the crowd and they're there waving to them. Other drivers, they go within themselves. They chat to their engineers, absorbing that information, that vital information that you need to carry you through the race. And, those pre-race rituals are essential to making things systematic. We do a lot of Grand Prix in a season, and the more systematic you can be, the easier you are within that environment.
Here we go. Race time at Spa-Francorchamps. The new Spa circuit, of course, with the updates. So far this weekend, it's been really fun to drive. Honestly, even with the handling model, the track is just so much better than it used to be in the past. Now, for this one, we're going to talk about strategy. I originally had a soft to medium tyre strat, but I feel like my tyre wear was a little bit high in practice, and for me in this game, the hard tyre is the perfect race tyre. So I'm not going to go for that. I'm going to go for the trusted medium to hard tyre strategy. It might mean the AI are probably going to go soft medium, so they're going to be a step softer the whole race, but I trust in my pace, especially we should be better at the end of each stint on the harder compound. So it's going to be like Silverstone, trying to hopefully survive the first few laps, and hopefully then we get into the tyre phase and we're comfortable. Now, fuel-wise, I'm running 0.3 of a lap extra. That should also do the trick. I actually didn't use DRS in the race program, in the race sim, so it's going to be even more accurate than ever before. So, yeah, we're ready to go. Verstappen is P5, I believe, so we have a chance again here to hopefully cut into that lead, potentially even take it back. So, guys, let's get into it. Here we go. Time for the race. Signs on mediums. Seems like the majority, though, opting for soft. Let's line her up. Here we go. Race time. Let's try and get a good start. Lights out and away we go. That was a good start. But Sainz gets a flyer. Oh, sorry, Leclerc gets a flyer. Norris on the outside. We drift our way through turn 1, but Norris still has the outside line. I'm going to yield and let him take the line through Eau Rouge and Radion. We'll play the long game here. We just have to make sure we stay within DRS range. Next lap, look at Norris absolutely racing after Leclerc. We've got a huge double slipstream here, but track is kind of blocked, so we'll have to just fall back for now. Norris ran the outside of Leclerc and gets it done. Aggressive start from the McLaren. We'll slot into third place. Verstappen down to 5th. Alonso up to 4th. And now challenging us around wide through turn 8. Just struggling a little bit for grip on the front end with this tyre in this initial lap of the race. Just got to try and get it firing. 21 laps after this. So plenty of time to go. No rain forecast. Should be a fairly straightforward race. Just got to try and get comfortable here. Tyres should be okay now. We've got through the middle sector. Gives them a chance to really warm up and hit the kind of heat cycle. Let's just see if we stay ahead of Alonso here into the bus stop. We've got very good straight line speed by the looks of it. Without even using overtake, we're just able to gain. You can see the AI actually is slowing up. So I think they've used their deployment. So now they're vulnerable, especially Norris, who probably burned everything up the Kemmel Straight. So now Leclerc is re-challenging here for the race lead. Alonso trying to have a look up the inside of the bus stop there, but still going.
Okay, DRS will be enabled this lap. You can use it when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
So DRS enabled. Leclerc might be a sitting duck here. Norris straight away on the battery again. We'll see what kind of straight line speed Alonso and Verstappen have, but look at this. Look at the speed we're carrying through Eau Rouge. We've just got momentum. We've got the strongest engine on the grid, and it's showing as we go through both cars and take the lead back straight away, just like that, into first place. Now the question is, do we have the pace to maintain this? We bottom out on that curb. Norris and Leclerc might keep battling, but let's try and open a gap here. Realistically, the Verstappen's the biggest threat. He will probably have the best race pace, so as long as he stays in P5, that's good news for us. At the minute, it seems like Norris has got a bit more pace to burn. Leclerc just falling back a little towards Alonso. But our battery management seems to be really good. We pull away in the second half of this back straight from Norris, so he doesn't have enough battery to really fight. We go aggressive over the curbs at the bus stop. Of course, Lando will have DRS. We go purple, 144.3. Well, let's see if we can hang on here down the Kemmel Straight.
No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving.
Norris will close in, but we seem to be pretty strong through Eau Rouge and Raidillon, which is where I'm going to use my overtake now, a bit tactically. And I think that might just do the job for us. Norris is now closing, but I don't think it's enough. So we'll knock it down to medium. That's enough hot lap for now. We've done well for the first couple of laps. Let's try and settle into this race pace groove. Norris pretty close this time. We're going to use our battery again through Eau Rouge and Raidillon to try and stretch out a little bit and build momentum over the hill. Let's see, 3/10, 2/10.
Right, we've got a full battery, which means we can use more of it to gain performance. Let's go.
Norris has a look. We'll just stay in front. Good defensive driving there. I'm going to drive in hot lap mode. We are saving battery with medium, so we can probably drive in hot lap and make it work. Oh, Verstappen making a move on Leclerc. He's really dropping down. Leclerc has no pace. And that has also broken DRS, so Alonso and Norris no longer connected. So only Norris is a direct threat now. Again, he's going to try and get the run on us. Leclerc's dropping like a stone. But we've got a bit more of a gap this time, so we'll use the battery through here. I'm going to hit the objective target so we get out of the way.
Yeah, really good job on hitting that target, mate. Nice work. Still a long way to go, though.
Right, that's that done, taken care of. Norris is going nowhere. That McLaren seems pretty good in the straights. Ooh. Track limits. I tried a little bit too much to straight line Raidillon. Okay, noted. We'll try and keep it tidy for the rest of the race. Purple middle sector. These mediums are still hanging on, and that performance advantage I mentioned at the beginning about these tyres having a good second half of the life is working well. We survived the first part of the stint. Norris now dropping back. You can see he might even lose DRS right here. Not sure I dropped him or not. It's going to be close, but we are very, very, very close to dropping him now. Our car's still working well. We match our personal best pretty much, and Norris, I think, made a mistake. Lost a little bit of time at the bus stop there. I've run in a bit deep myself at turn 1, but Norris losing a big chunk of time. So we've now broken DRS and we've pulled away. So we're on the better tyre. Those softs are starting to go. Verstappen, meanwhile, down to 4th. Feels like him and Alonso have been locked together for the last few races. So now this looks pretty good for us. Just got to watch fuel. We are dropping a little bit, so just have to manage a little. Well, it's pretty clear. Pace after pace. Norris cannot keep up without DRS. Verstappen still scrapping with Alonso, going back and forth every single lap but Norris now really dropping off. So at the minute, we are cruising. Everything is under control. We'll keep an eye on the undercut. They should be in very soon for their mediums. Perez up to 5th now, but we should be able to manage and control it. If we have to box early, we can. The hard tyre lasts basically forever, so we're not going to put ourselves at risk. Oh, Sonoda out. First retirement of the race. Not really anything major. No safety car though. VSC or red flag, that would have made things interesting for the pit window. Just using this lap to try and fuel save a little bit. We got to 0.10, so I'm just trying to focus on that for now. So Norris has gained a little bit back on this lap. One thing to note is Verstappen has been released. Sainz has got involved in the battle with Alonso, so the Spaniard's going at it, but Verstappen has been let go out of DRS range, so now he is free to basically run his pace. So we'll see what he's like. Well, I'm expecting cars to pit.
Okay, the pit window's open, so let's box this lap. Box this lap.
So there we go, Norris in. I expect Verstappen to follow, but Red Bull have done strange things before, and they're doing it again. They're choosing Perez over Verstappen, or in this case, neither car. They basically just go long in general. So Sainz is now within Verstappen's DRS.
Okay, Lewis, we've got some clear track around us now, so let's use it and make this next lap a quick one. Let's go.
Well, it won't be this one. Hopefully the next one, though. Well, to be fair, I'm pitting, so I don't think we'll hit that objective. Right, we're going to drain the battery just to pick up some speed on the back straight. Just want to make sure we don't get undercut by Norris. If we beat the objective, it will have to be on the way into the pits because we're not going to get a chance to beat that lap on track, I don't think. In we go. Don't speed.
Okay, forget the targets for now. We've got to focus on the pit stop.
Okay, that's a smart feature. Well done, game. Right then, onto the hard tyre. Good stop, no delays for a change. Had we had a slow stop, we might have even been held as well, so it might have been a double penalty and possibly could have got jumped by Norris, so that's worked out well. Perez stays out of Verstappen pits.
Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now.
And we're going to rejoin. Everyone on hards. Oh no, Verstappen on hards, Norris on medium. So McLaren going aggressive, Red Bull conservative. Now will Checo go softs or hards? That's the big question. Perez in the pits. I think that'll probably be a hard tyre, considering how early he's boxed. Norris 3.2, taking a second.
Tyre condition still looking good.
Out of our lead, but I am trying to fuel save, which is actually harder than I thought. Struggling here.
Okay, George is coming in for his stop.
I'm just finding fuel saving quite challenging in general. We've got our battery now pretty much charged up so we can run hot lap permanently soon, but we're saving very little fuel. I saved 0.02 on that last lap, so that's not a lot, and I am lifting and coasting quite a lot. Okay, Lando now getting pretty close. Sub 2 seconds, so we're now in hot lap mode. We're going to have to up the pace and cut out the fuel saving for the time being, just to make sure we manage the gap. I won't go crazy with pushing, you know, still try and manage, maybe run some higher gears, but generally we've got to get on with it now. There we go, purple sector 3, that's more like it.
Okay, Lewis, we've got more fuel in hand than we need, so let's push and use it all up.
Why do I always get the fuel objective when I'm trying to save fuel? The game's wanting me to burn it off. Right, let's give it a shot anyway. Personal best and fastest lap, 44.2 on this tyre. Looking pretty good to get that fastest lap, hopefully. We're now pulling away from Norris again. Just managing the pace in the gap. Norris is really quick though. Compared to the rest of that AI, he's really on a different level in race trim. Ooh, a little bit too much on the inside curb, so we're now on 2 warnings. Can't get any more. Going quicker still. Car's getting lighter as well on fuel, and these tyres, I'm guessing, have no tyre wear. Yeah, there we go. They're literally rock hard, so we can basically drive on these all day.
Great stuff, mate. You hit the target well there. Nice one. It's a long way to go in this race, though, so keep your head down.
Right, that's taken care of. Just managed to hit that out the final corner. Let's just manage the race now. No need to really push like crazy. I'll try and run medium and save the engine a little bit. 6 laps to go. Oh, Alonso, that's a big one. That's a big name. Again, it seems like we just don't get safety cars in this save. Maybe we need a patch, because surely the amount of retirements we've had, especially in that Austria race, you'd think there would have been a safety car, but I don't think we get those. So we're getting nothing wild to kind of affect the races. So, you know, Codemasters, please patch these things. These tyres literally don't go off. Even running medium ERS, I mean, the middle sector was so good because now the car's getting lighter. We're losing time all the way down this straight, but we might actually still go purple here on medium just because of the middle sector we just had. And we will go purple. Car feels great, so good. I mean, I will admit this track is so much fun to drive now. What a difference. Spa used to be my favourite track, but because it was so bad in the F1 games, I used to just not enjoy driving it, and I used to prefer Japan, and I still do really like Japan, especially since it got reworked. But oh my god, this has really gone back up in the rankings. I love driving this. Here we go then, last lap of the race. What a performance, what a car, what a circuit. Verstappen right now is behind Piastri. He's been battling with him for the last few laps, and it might come down to the final chicane. But right now, Max is on only for P5, so this could be huge for the championship. In the meantime, though, it's been a demolition job in the Ardennes Forest by Sir Lewis Hamilton, and this is massive for the championship as we claim back the lead.
Yes! Come on, guys! Thank you so much. Such great work. Let's keep going. Let's keep pushing. Great points, team.
It's another brilliant performance behind the wheel. Lewis Hamilton takes the checkered flag.
And it's always good to get that momentum on your side, and it's really good for your confidence as well. The more confident you are, the further that can take you.
And I can see the drivers starting to approach the podium for the victory celebrations. A real team victory today. Everyone played their part. Congratulations then to Mercedes, your race winners today.
So there we have it then, race done, exclamation point on the fastest lap of the race. George Russell got driver of the day, starting from last, so fair enough in a way. Both Williams in the points as well, so they had a really strong race, but Max Verstappen only finished P5, which is huge for the championship. So if we actually break it down, let's have a look at the standings, and you can see we reclaim the lead in the championship by 10 points over Max Verstappen. Russell down to 8th now, and that kind of battle from 3rd to 8th, maybe even 9th, is really kind of fluctuating every single race. Overall though, it's a huge one for us in the championship, and now it's really game on in the title fight. In the Constructors, we are 2nd behind Red Bull, but I believe next up we go to enemy territory, behind enemy lines, to Zandvoort, Max Verstappen's home Grand Prix. A huge, huge race. Anyway guys, hopefully you enjoyed it. On screen now you're going to have the post-race fallout. We'll gain a nice bit of driver overall rating and also driver stats in general because we had a very strong weekend and we got the fastest lap, so that really helps in terms of the pace stat. So that's going to help us out massively. Also in the rivalries, we're going to also outscore Verstappen and get closer to that 92 rating to beat Leclerc. So everything is looking really good right now. Also, overall, I think we did a decent job on the specialists. I'm not sure if we got all 4, but I think we did a good enough job to get most of them. So yeah guys, like and subscribe. That's a lot for the Belgian Grand Prix. Great track, but the AI need to be better. Anyway, cheers for watching guys. As always, a big shout out to the members. Check the links down below guys for my channel sponsors, discount codes and affiliates. Also, videos on screen, check them out, including my wall settings, camera settings down below. And yeah, cheers guys for watching, and I'll see you soon. Take care, and it's goodbye from me.